Hello everyone, this is Ashish Saini from Innovate Yourself. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, I am back with a new video on object-oriented programming with Python programming. In today's session, I am going to explain you what exactly multiple level inheritance is and what is the difference between the multi-level inheritance plus multiple inheritance. So we will be discussing all about this, and in fact we will see the demonstration about that. So let's get started and let's understand what exactly both are and what is the difference between both of them. So let's get started. Alright, so you can see on your screen you have two images. One is for multi-level inheritance and second one is for multiple inheritance. So in here you can see in multi-level inheritance your different classes are connected together, or you can say your first class inherited with second class, second class is inherited with the third class, similarly, and so on. So this is how your multi-level inheritance works. Similarly, if you will check for the multiple inheritance, in that case your first class can be inherited with multiple other classes. Similarly, that multiple classes can be further inherited with a single class. So this is the way how you can see, like in this diagram, A is inherited with B and C. So the class which will be inherited with B and C, that can be inherited further with the next class which can be D. So similarly we can further do the multiple inheritance. So this is how your multi-level inheritance and your multiple inheritance works. Now let's see the demonstration for that by creating the multiple classes and doing the inheritance based on the multi-level and the multiple inheritance. So let's get started and let's see the demo for that. Now let's create a new script. In that script I will show you about this. Alright, so now I have created a new script. In this script, firstly let me demonstrate you about the multi-level inheritance. So as I said, as per the diagram, that you will be having multiple classes and your one class will be inherited with the next class, your next class can be inherited with the other class. So this is how we have seen that over here. Now let me demonstrate you that part. So to do that, let me first create my first class. Let's say my first class is A. In this class currently I'm going to create an empty class, right? So right now I'm just writing pass over here, so that means this is an empty class. Similarly, let me create another class, and now as I said, as per the diagram, your first class will be inherited with the second class. So that means B, open the brackets, A. So this is how I have done the inheritance. Now again I'm creating the empty class over here. Similarly, let's create another class, and this time your next class will be inherited with the second class, which is B, and that is already inherited with the first class. So this is how we can see we are doing the inheritance for that. So I have done the inheritance for this. Now again the empty string, right? So this is how you can see what exactly I have done. I have just created three different classes, and currently the type of inheritance which I am doing is that is multi-level inheritance, in which your one class is inherited with the second class is inherited with the next class can be inherited with another class. So this is how I have created the sequence. Now as per this, let me create an object for this, and right now let's see, I will be creating an object for the C class because I know C is inherited with all the classes, right? So this is what exactly I'm doing. Now let's run it. Currently you can see I'm not getting any output. In fact, I'm also not getting any error. So that means I have done everything in a proper sequence, and the way of writing is also correct and everything is correct. But just because I have created the empty classes, so that is the reason I'm not getting any output. So to get that, what exactly I can do is I can simply, let's say, create a simple method, and for that let me call, let's say, a simple message, class A object is created, right? So let me add everything over here. it is for B, now it is for C. Now if I will run it, let's see what will happen. You can see C object is created, right? And just because currently I haven't created any attributes for that, so to do that, let me add one variable over here. Let's say this and this. All right, now I have created everything. Now my next thing is that I want to check that whether I can access everything or no. So to do that, I can simply put obj dot. Now you can see I'm having all the different variables, I'm having all the attributes, and all those attributes exist inside the different classes. But just because C is inherited with all the classes using the multi-level inheritance concept, so this is how, and this is the way how you will be able to access anything. So if in case I want to access A, so I can simply type A and I will be able to get the output for that, right? So let's run it. So you can see from class C I'm able to access the values, or let's say access the attributes of class A. Similarly you can do it for B, similarly you can do it for X as well, right? So this is the first thing. This is about the multi-level inheritance, and this is how your multi-level inheritance works. I hope you have got this idea. Now let's shift to the next one, which is multiple inheritance. So for that, let me call multiple inheritance. Now for that, let me create the classes like this. So for that, let's create a class. Let's say C. Let's start from D, right? Or let's do one thing, let's comment them for right now so that I can use the same thing. I can use the same class names as per this A, B, C and D. So let me just write it A. Alright, so as per this, if you will notice that this is your graph, or let's say this is your diagram for multiple inheritance. In this diagram you can see that A is inherited with B and C, and this is D, which is inherited with B and C. So this is the way what exactly we have to do. So for that, let me just start from here only. Like A will be the first class, and after that I will be creating two different classes which I will be inheriting further with A. So that means firstly let's start with B and C, so that these are the two classes which I want to do the inheritance with A, right? So this is what exactly I want to do. So let's say B colon, and let's say X equal to 4 over here, right? Similarly let's do it for class C, and let's say S equal to 8. Now the next thing is that I have to do the inheritance of this with A. So let's say class A is the class which I'm going to do the inheritance, and this class is going to be inherited with class B and C. So for that I will open the bracket and I will simply pass B comma C. So this means now I have inherited the class A with both the classes B and C. So this is the way how I have done the inheritance, right? So this is what I have done. So in here you can simply pass, let's say C equal to let's say 5, right? Now similarly you can see in here these two are inherited with class A. Similarly these two are inherited with class D as well. So let me create another thing, and this time instead of A you will be putting D, and let's change the value of this. Let's say U equal to 88, right? So this is how I have done the multiple inheritance, in which my multiple classes are getting inherited with the single class, and now I can create an object based on that. So let's say obj equal to, currently let's create it as per A. So A, open the brackets, and in here I don't have to pass any arguments, so you can see self pointing towards the object. Now if I will check, or let's say if I will try to print the values obj dot, you will see C, X and S. C, X and S. I'm able to access this just because class A is inherited with B and C, and it can access only the attributes of those classes which it is already inherited with. So that means C, S and X, I can access all of them, but I can't access this just because this is a different class, right? And this is not inherited with this. So for that, let me just check for, let's say, X, and let me run it now. So you can see 4. So this is how I have accessed that. Similarly, if I will do it for D, so at that time also I will be able to access it just because I was trying to access the attributes of class B, and this B is inherited with A as well as with D. So this is how I have done the multiple inheritance, and I'm able to access all the attributes from the different classes which I have already inherited with. So this is how I can do it. So this is all about the multiple inheritance plus multi-level inheritance. I hope you have got the proper understanding for both, and also what is the difference between both of them, right? So this is all about the multiple level inheritance plus multiple inheritance. I hope everything is clear, but still if you are facing any difficulties in understanding this topic, or you're getting any doubts for this, and also if you have any feedback for us, then feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. And also, if you have liked this video, do click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, or you're new to our channel, then please click on the subscribe button, and also you can press the bell icon if you don't want to miss any updates from our channel. So stay tuned to our channel. Till then, bye bye and happy learning.